Morality is something of a recurring theme as far as this channel is concerned. From Kisame to Zabuza and Irvin Smith, I've talked a lot about a character's moral compass and how because of it, they're willing to sacrifice for a cause they believe in. But in this video, I want to take some time and talk about the opposite end of the spectrum. If a character having morality adds an additional layer to their personality, then the opposite holds true as well. A total lack of morality and complete disregard for one's actions and how they influence others also adds an interesting layer to a character. Perhaps there is no better example of this than Griffith from Berserk. A true portrait of Machiavellianism, there is no morality to Griffith. He has never felt nor feels a connection to anyone but himself. His ends justify the means. Opportunism influenced him to sacrifice everyone, and as the story stands, the world and everything else is Griffith's oyster. However, there is a ghost, a struggler, who's looking to hunt him down and make him pay for his actions. This is where I bring in Hidan from the Naruto series. While he does look one-dimensional from the outset, I personally feel that Hidan is one of those Naruto characters that were cut for time. I don't want to go on another tangent, but basically he got the same treatment as the likes of Neji, Lee, and Shino. In the write-up to this video, I thought about Deidara and what made him more of a popular character than Hidan. The answer of it is simple: his association, or beef, with Itachi Uchiha. That's about it. The first thing that makes Hidan unique amongst Naruto characters is his religion. To be specific, our antagonist follows Jashinism, a religion that advocates for total death and destruction. Love thy neighbor? Well, Lord Jashin says that I must kill my neighbor. Jokes aside, the religion or cult of Jashin is perhaps the only religion that was introduced in Naruto. Besides Jashin, the only other cult that I can think of are the Otsutsukis, but because they are a clan, I can't really qualify them in the umbrella of religion. In any case, Hidan's destructive religion, coupled with the powers that it gives to an individual, is something that truly piques my interest. There are so many ways in which Kishimoto could have toyed around with the idea of Jashinism and immortality. While there is some context given to the cult-like religion in the series, it's not something that I would call solid. Perhaps he didn't want Jashinism to get confused with the Will of Fire, which is a belief system in the series. But again, I do feel that the religion of the person who killed the third Hokage's son and fought against the advisor to Naruto should have been elaborated on. Maybe Kishimoto himself is an adherent to Jashinism. He and this weird Japanese man certainly look like the kind of people who would have dabbled with immortality. Now let's dissect Hidan. First and foremost, Hidan is a hypocrite. Even though he calls himself a religious person, there is no end to his profanity and foul-mouthed nature. He doesn't care about other people regardless of whether they're stronger or weaker than him. This universal disrespect shouldn't be confused with the hatred Deidara had for those stronger than him. Far from it. Hidan is unbiased in his disrespect. He doesn't care whether the person he's fighting off against is weak or strong. Even Pain, a menacing figure and leader of the Akatsuki, wasn't exempt from Hidan's universal disrespect. He does have some level of respect for his god, but even then, some of the rites and rituals of Jashinism do not sit right by him. Now let's talk teams. It's been 8 years since Naruto ended, and by now I think we can all agree that there is no better duo in the Akatsuki than Kisame and Itachi. However, if there is a duo that comes a close second, it's Hidan and Kakuzu. Similar to the former two, these two just clicked, even though they didn't like each other. Hidan didn't like Kakuzu's love for money, his constant blasphemy, and his disrespect for Jashin. In the heat of battle, however, both of these shinobis form an effective pair. They were able to fight seamlessly against Yugito Ni, and later on, the Konoha shinobi. With that out of the way, I guess it's now time that we talk about Hidan's lack of morality. In the beginning of this video, there is a reason why I called Hidan's religion as both a religion and a cult. His religion takes on the latter characteristic primarily because of the inherent message of Jashinism, which is outright slaughter. Hidan has no qualms about killing, which he does so in the name of his religion. He reminds me a lot of the individuals in the Manson family and how they were persuaded by Charles Manson to commit the infamous Manson murders. But while the real-life murders were horrific, this immorality of Hidan certainly makes him an interesting character study. If you look back at his story arc, you'll notice that almost everything Hidan does is interesting and unique considering the Naruto verse. He used to pray to Jashin for a good kill before battle and was a monster in the actual battlefield. For the sake of victory, he was willing to inflict pain upon himself and make himself a voodoo doll. To Hidan, every battle is a pageant of insanity, immorality, spitefulness, overt displays of masochism, and arrogance. While he isn't as poised as the character I'm about to mention, his fights are similar to how Hannibal prepares his meals. Even though he was a good fighter, Hidan's arrogance got the best of him when he took on the genius of Shikamaru Nara. Arrogance is the key word here. That is is the difference between Hidan and Griffith's immorality. For all his flaws, Griffith has, so far, been pretty poised in how he's approached his immorality. It hasn't made him insane, well except that one part. You could say that his ultimate sacrifice was a show of insanity, but if you put Hidan's personality in his shoes, then you could see a display of arrogant insanity. Only time will tell of the way Griffith would react when Kingdom comes and Guts comes to take his revenge. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.